చూపిస్తుంది.
Yeah, so this one is a string buffer, right? Not this one. This is the first unit. Where are the remaining things? Method, demo. It's okay. So here I'm going to modify this. So if you want to access anything outside the class, or else if you want to access anything without a static, so what you need to do, you have to create an object for the class. How you are going to create an object for the class? Directly inside a public static void main. So if there is any class outside this class, just I'm modifying over here. Don't go for this code because this is your previous code. Okay, I don't want to delete this. Just I'm creating one class over here. Just we are going to recall about the polymorphism and the dynamic binding. Okay, so here class test, like this is the test. I think maybe test is available or not. Sorry, it's not available. So here one more class I'm going to take, test2. This is like a test2. So when I'm going to use this properties towards this properties, I need to take extends keyword over here, which we call it as an inheritance concept. So implementation is like interfaces. So here inside this, I'm going to take the name of the parent class. So while we are doing this, here inside the program, inside the main class, what we are going to do, generally if I want to access this one, what will I do? Just I want to create a test2, the object for a to like name. This is the name of it and the new keyword and test2. This is the general thing what we are doing. But in the sense of a polymorphism and the dynamic binding, I suppose it to create only the reference by using the reference of the parent class, by using the reference of the parent class, not the child class. Not the child class. This is the parent class. This is the parent class for this class. So by using the reference of the parent class, I am accessing by initializing it to test2. Sorry, I need to mention here a new over here. So this is all about the polymorphism, and we'll call this as an upcasting. Already said this one. Okay, so this is all about the dynamic binding as well as the polymorphism concepts. Now we are having, let me share you just a second. Again, my PC got stuck. Okay, it's okay. I want to show you this. So see this one. Actually, this is the unit right now we are discussing. After this, we are having generic programming. So this is somewhat clumsy and somewhat typical to understand. But before that, we are going to discuss about somewhat, I think, like abstract classes. So even why they mention like the packages and the utility package over here, even I didn't understand this. Everything has been included in the single unit itself. It's okay. So which is a common way, just we are going to discuss about the abstract class. Till here we discussed right now dynamic binding. So generic programming and the casting of an objects. Casting is like a common thing. Now itself we discussed about the upcasting, right? So casting in the sense that this is a conversion and all. So there should be a conversion from one data type to another data type. So for this you need one example. So in this, I think we are going to discuss about 2 more examples because this is somewhat different one. So we are not going to discuss right now this one, and this one also I'm not going to discuss. instance and operator also. So 1, 2, and 3. These 3 topics I'm going to discuss about. I mean, later after abstract class, this interfaces and packages and util package. After this, I'm going to discuss all about this one. Okay. Because I think all these doesn't include over here. Okay, let me take. Okay, why did they mention this one? Okay, it's okay. We are going to discuss about the abstract class. So in the last classes and all, we discussed about multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. So to overcome that, these people just they introduce like interfaces concept. But the interface is consisting of abstract methods. What is an abstract method which doesn't have any implementation? So let me share you the slide, not this one, just I don't want to show you this one right now. I have a PPT for that. So every time I'm searching for that. Just a second. Yes. So here, what is an abstraction? Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. Consider an example of texting, like a WhatsApp or a text messages. There you are supposed to mention the text and just pushing the button over there. Are you seeing the code over there? No, right? So this is all about the abstraction. So implementation part has been hidden and only you are getting the functionality of that code. So this is all about the abstraction in the sense hiding the implementation, but I'm giving the functionality similar to the WhatsApp or a Facebook, whatever the application, what you wrote. No one can see your code, your implementation, no one can see that. So only the functionality will be exposed to those people. So which we call it as an abstraction. How you are going to declare an abstract class? Abstract, the keyword abstract, and the name class, and here the name of the abstract. This is just a mention here. You can, this is a user defined. You can take on your own this one. This should be there. If you didn't remove this one, if you remove this one, and only class will be there. We already know about the classes. So the abstract should be there. If you mention an abstract keyword before the class, this we call it as an abstract class. Excuse me. So these are the rules you have to remember. Very important rules for the abstract classes. So inside a second unit, this abstract classes or methods, as well as interfaces. Even interfaces and inheritance is also very important. You can expect a good amount of questions from this second unit. Okay. So here, what is the rules we need to follow to create an abstract class? An abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword. If we avoid the abstract keyword, it is a normal class. So abstract keyword should be there. It can have abstract and non-abstract methods. So we are going to see now this one. Just I want to show you this. So this is a class. This is a class of an abstract class. This is an abstract method. So what we discussed, so in the second rule, like it consisting of a abstract as well as non-abstract methods also. Whether it is an abstract method, normal methods, we already know that. So the abstract class consisting of both abstract as well as non-abstract methods also. It can be instantiated. Yeah, without instantiation, it is not possible to access that. By using a new keyword, we are supposed to instantiate. By using a new keyword, we are supposed to create an object for the class. Basis on that, we have to create an instantiation. So basis on that, we are going to access that one. So which is necessary. And it can have a final methods also. The final methods that cannot be changed. You know that. The final variables, we call it as a constants. The final class cannot be inherited. These three things you have to remember. What the final will do? Final class cannot be inherited. Final method cannot be changed and cannot be overridden. And a final variable is a constant. Things you have to remember this thing. Okay. So it can have a final methods also. So remember this one. It can have a constructors and a static methods also. Here we know about the abstract and non-abstract methods. And here we are having a constructor similar to the class. Class also having a constructor. The same thing will work over here also. And the static methods. Static methods in the sense, there is no need to create an object for that. No need to call separately. When we create an object, directly the constructors will be called. We already know that. And if you want to access a static method, there should be another static method to call it, or else you need to create an object for the class. This is all about abstract class rules. You have to follow this one. So if you forgot to mention abstract, it is like a general class. Okay. So now we are going for abstract methods. So this is abstract method. As we know that abstract class consisting of abstract methods as well as a non-abstract methods. So the method which is declared as abstract, the normal method what we know without an abstract keyword is not like I mean it's a common thing, like we just adding abstract keyword in front of a method as well as the class. So like this we are having. So this is the one, and does not have implementation in that. So inside one thing already said, abstraction doesn't have any implementation, but we go for the general class, we have to implement over there, isn't it? So we have to implement it. Just I will show you the example so that you will get a clear idea about this one. Okay. So here there will be no implementation, but any class that implements the properties of abstract or extends the properties of an abstract should be implement this, must be. So with the example, we'll get a clear idea. So this one, just a second. These are the interfaces, right? So now, so till here we are going to take one example. If you're having laptop, just parallel work with me. Just a second. So this is the abstract, sorry, STRACT. Okay, cool. Now we are going to discuss how to use an abstract or abstract class and abstract method. So which are going to hide an implementation part to the others. And we are just showing only the functionality. Okay, just I'm going to declare abstract class. Okay, so how you're going to declaration, abstract declaration, sorry. First, what we discussed, abstract keyword, and then class, and then the name of the abstract class. This I will take it as. Okay, just me check this out. Duplicate class found. Okay, let me take it as AB. AB. Okay, so this one. So here, I just used the first rule. We have to use an abstract keyword before the class name. And this is the name of that. So next one, what we are having. So the abstract class consisting of abstract methods and also non-abstract methods. So normal methods, we are going to discuss about the normal methods. We already know that. So how you are going to declare a normal method? This is like a small text. This is a small name. This should be a small letter. And it is having a parenthesis and there should be an implementation. Till now we are discussing about the implementation and all. If this block consisting of from here to here, if we have anything like variables or literals, whatever it is, let me declare this first of all. Normal method. Okay, so here inside this block, I'm having some statements which we call it as an implementation. Again, I'm telling you, inside this block, we are having some statements. We'll call it as an implementation. If we don't have this block, we'll call it as there is no implementation. Now, the abstract methods does not have, just I'm going to take a void and test AB. Test AB, I just named it as a test AB. And if I go for a block over here, see what will happen. Abstract methods cannot have a body. You got my point. Abstract methods cannot have a body. Make sure that remove the body. Okay, just remove it and place a semicolon over here. Very important, this one. So this is a new thing you have to learn. Abstract method. Make sure that this is very important. The normal methods having an implementation, the statements in between the block, but the abstract method doesn't. Okay, remember this one. Sir, if we, I mean, you can ask like, sir, then where we are going to implement this? Yes, when I'm going to use this one, class, I will take it as BA, the name of the class. I'm going to acquire the properties of an abstract class by using extends keyword. The name of the class will be AB. So why I mean explain very slowly because this is a new topic. That's why. So make sure that just concentrate on the topic what I'm telling to you. Okay. So A and B. So here this C, when I asked for extends AB, what it is saying, it consisting of an abstract method, make sure that it should be implemented in this method. If I remove this, okay, I will go for, okay, I want to show you the difference. This is abstract class, right? This I want to take one more class over here. It has class, normal class. This is a normal class. TEST, test, CL. So this is a normal class. So if I'm having, okay, so if I extend test CL, error will be gone. So why? Because it does not have any abstract methods, but it is having an abstract method that doesn't have any implementation over here. So when you extend an abstract class, you should implement the abstract methods that abstract class consisting of. I think you got my point. Now I'm going to take AB. This I will remove this one, not required, just for the difference point of view, and comparison point of view. So now it is asking, see the error, now it will come. Class BA must either be declared abstract or implement the abstract method test AB. You have to abstract this, okay? Just by clicking implement methods and check out test AB. See this one, now we got an override method. This is called override method. So see here, when I place over here, what it is saying, implements method in AB. Implements method in AB. Okay, see this one, very, very important. So here we are having at overridden. This is by default, it will come. You have to understand this one. You have to mention this method has been overridden by this method. Any class that extends the properties of an abstract class should implement the abstract methods inside an abstract class. Okay, this is all about a declaration of a methods, the calling, how you are going to use abstract method, on how you are going to access it. System.out.println abstract method has been implemented. Okay, you got my point, what I'm saying. So this is a normal method. So it is not asking like, please implement this one, because implementation is already available over here, but it doesn't have. That's why we need to implement over here. Then only, when you extend the properties of this abstract class, it will happen only at that time. Normal classes, that doesn't require any implementation over here. Okay, so then how you are going to access that? It is not required. We are going to discuss this one only. This is not required, I think. Okay, just you practice this, what I'm saying. Public static void main. This is the main class that we are doing. String box and how over here. So now I'm asking this BA, creating, sorry, just BA is equals to new BA. Okay, now by using a BA dot, I'm going to access test AB and BA dot test also. So this is a test already available because this parent class has been extended by this child class. So you can access both the methods by creating the object of this class. This is all about the abstract class and the methods, nothing else. Okay. Okay. Do you have any doubts? Just yeah. Why the students are very less? 78. It's okay. Later we'll discuss that one. This is like a normal method. I want to run this program just to for the checking point. That's it. See this, the abstract method. First we call this one. Later we call the test. Test consisting of normal method. This is all about the abstract method and a class. So make sure that just read once or else you can't understand. This should be somewhat different. Now we are going to discuss about the interfaces concept. Here inside the interfaces, we are supposed to use the abstract. That's why it is necessary to understand an abstract class. Okay, in the interfaces and all, we are going to use these abstract methods and the classes. So with the interfaces, we are going to achieve multiple inheritance also. Okay, so now we are going for the slide. Wait a second. Okay, it has been completed and this is also done. Now the interfaces concept. So what is an interface? It is like, actually in their words, like they are saying blueprint of the class, which is similar to that of the class, not even interfaces, the abstract also is similar to that of the class. You can create an object. Let me show you this. Just a second. Just I want to show you. I want to check it out first of all. So this is an abstract class, right? If I want to create, let me remove this. If I want to create an object for the abstract class, see what it will happen like AB is equals to new. See, now you got to see this one here. Generally, if we go for a normal class, we'll get a parenthesis like this. This one like this you will get. But in this sense, it is asking for the implementation. Now you got my point, what I'm saying. If you click on this directly, there will be an implementation. It is asking for the implementation. I think you got my point, what I'm saying. So if you are going to use a new keyword, when you are going to instantiate a new keyword for the abstract class creation object, for the abstract class object, we have to implement there itself. And there will be a semicolon over here. So after this, we are doing for the normal class. What will we do directly? So if I want to create this for the normal class, see this one like BA is equals to new. See, now there is no error over here. So if I remove this, wait a second. See, I got an error. This is the difference between normal and the abstract class. So AB is an abstract, cannot be instantiated. This is all about, sorry, one second. Okay, so this is all about the instantiation. So now we are going to discuss about the interfaces, right? So, yep. So it is like a blueprint of the class. Okay, we know that it has a static constants as well as abstract methods. Now only we discussed about the abstract methods. Why we discussed before the interface concept? Because the interface consisting of an abstract methods. So abstract methods, they don't have any implementation. We already know this. Static constants. So we are going to discuss about this one and the example. So don't you bother about that. Static, just remove the static. Think like a constant only. Don't go for here the static and all. Okay. So normal thing for the reading point of view. So it has a static constants and abstract methods. We know that. So now the interface in Java is a mechanism to achieve abstraction. To achieve abstraction in the sense, these abstraction that hiding and we are showing only the functionality. Again, I'm telling what is an abstraction? We are hiding the implementation and showing only the functionality. This can be achieved only a general thing like a 50 to 80%. Think like if you if you use only abstract classes and abstract methods, you are going to you are using an implementation and showing the functionality. It's like 50 to 80%. If you are using an interfaces with an abstract class, you will achieve this concept, this abstraction 100%. So why we are using an interfaces? You will get an abstraction 100%. If you use only abstraction, you'll get only 80% abstraction mechanism. This is all about the abstraction. Why we are using this? So there can only abstract methods in Java interface, not a method body. We know that in abstract methods, we don't have a body. Inside the block, we don't have anything. It ends with a semicolon. So now it is used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. So this we discussed already this one. Okay. Okay. So it is used to achieve abstraction and a multiple inheritance in Java. We'll see each and every example of this. It is used to abstraction, the same thing, just what we mentioned over here. Okay, just don't want to go there. Yeah, this is the difference between a class versus an interface. Maybe this is a, you can expect a question from this. Maybe, I'm not sure. So, but this is a very important thing. So what is a class and what is an interface? So here the class extends another class. We'll call it as an inheritance concept. But in the sense of an interfaces, there should be an implementation. So see this thing, class extends a class A. Sorry, consider this like a class A and this is a class B. So this class B extends a class A. If in the sense of an interfaces, if there is a class, it's supposed to take the properties of an interface. It should implement it. In the sense of an extends, this keyword is replaced by implementation. And one more important thing is also there. If an interface is supposed to use another interface, there should be an extends. In between these two interfaces, in the sense extends, class to interface, it should be an implementation. And with the in between the classes, it's like an extends, common thing. You remember this one, these both are same and these both are same. This thing, when they got interchanged, like this becomes an interface, this is a class, then we should use implementation. Very, very important, this one. Remember this one also. So multiple interface. So what is this multiple interface? So when we are going for the multiple interface, is it possible a multiple inheritance in Java? No, not possible. So how we are going to achieve that one? By using this. This is multiple inheritance in Java actually. So here we took two interfaces over here. There, I need to show you the example of that. Wait a second. So this is like interface class, right? This is a multiple interface. I'm going to show you this. C over here. This is like, these are two classes and this is a class C, which is not possible in Java. So if C extends A and B at a time, which is not possible. But in the sense of this, what is that? Yeah, in the sense of this, we are supposed to use two interfaces, which we call it as a multiple interface achievement. So by using this one, we are supposed to achieve the multiple inheritance. So we are going to get the example on this one. We will discuss first or everything and then we'll go further. So we already know the previous one, this one. Just a second, I got a call. Just a second. Yep. So by using an interface, we are going to achieve this one. So how you are going to achieve that and how you are going to declare an interface. Now we are going to discuss that one. Let me show you tool itself. So this is all about the abstract class and all, right? So just I want to close everything. Interface demo. This is interface demo. Okay, so here, this is the main class. This should be a main class because each and every program consisting of a main class. Without a main class, main method, which is not possible to access each and every. So we have to create that. Static void main. This should be like okay. Sorry, one more class. So here, how we are going to declare an interface? Declaration of interface. Okay. So how you are going to declare that? We already see this, right? Just a second. Where is it? PPT. Yep. So interface and the name of the interface, like what is the name? What the name should I take? So many give it as inter D. Yeah, into D. I will take that. There is no class over here. Just remember my words. Okay. So this is like the declaration of an interface. So in the sense of an abstract, we are having a classes, but in the sense of an interface, there is no class at all. That's why I mean I shown you the difference between a class and interface. Okay. So now what we discussed here, this abstract, I mean interface consisting of abstract methods. Now I'm going to take by default what you mentioned. See, I'm going to take a normal method right now. See the difference. Normal method, void test. I mentioned as void test. And I'm going to write an implementation. So it is like, I didn't mention an abstract over here. This is a previous example. I didn't mention abstract, but here itself, see this one. I didn't mention an abstract. Think like a normal method, but even normal methods also not possible to write over here. What you mentioned by default, every method inside an interface is a abstract method, which we call it as that don't have any implementation. Okay, so what you need to do, what there is no need to mention a keyword like this. You have to use abstract method. If you mention abstract also, that doesn't matter for that. See, it is not highlighted. So there is no need of that. There is no need to mention the keyword. By default, each and everything inside an interface is an abstract method. Okay. So there are two more methods, whether they are included in the syllabus or not, I don't know. But consisting of a default method and a method inside an interface, which can be implementable inside an interface. Please remember this one: default method and static method. Okay, this is, if you mention a method over here, what we discussed, there is no implementation, only the abstract methods are available. But after Java 8 and all, they introduced a default method inside a Java and a static method also. So how you are going to do that? Default void somewhat like sorry, small number. So which is possible now? We discussed that there is no implementation inside an interface, but we can overcome by using a default a method. If I want to use a static over here, sorry. One more is also possible for static, like so this is also possible. These two things are possible. Think like these are interview questions. They may ask. So interfaces doesn't allow implementation. So I want to write some implementation, but I need that. At that time, you are going to use default method as well as the static method also. It's your wish, whatever you want. Okay. This is all about the declaration. You already know this one, how you are going to implement this. So suppose I want to take a class. The names are very crucial for me. Okay. TC. Yeah, TC is okay. Yeah. So I want to use this interface for class to class. What we discussed, extends. We are used extends over here. But if we are going for an interface, we need to take an implements keyword. And now the name of this. See, again error. Why? Because we need to implement this method. Abstract methods are necessary. Same, the abstract class, like we are using for the interfaces also. Like this, and press enter. So if I want to see this one, just wait a second. So here we are having a default method and a static method, and there is a test method. So for the default method, it is asking for the implementation, whether you can implement it inside the class or over here also it is possible. Two ways you can do that. I'm going to take only the default abstract method. Okay, just click on OK. See this one, the test has been come. So now I'm inside this is abstract method IMPL implementation. Okay, this is abstract method implementation. This one, it has been implemented. Now I'm going to implement the common thing over here. Paste it. This is default method. Default is a keyword. Okay. And now this is static. Okay. These three things you have to remember. Okay. So now the accessing concept is somewhat different. The same thing like this one, you can directly access that. But here we are having a static keyword over here. I think you got my point what I'm saying. This is also a static and this is a static. So here I want to, I've discussed this later finally. And here itself, we already know that one, we have to create an object for the class. Let me do that. TC and like name as CT, I will mention as CT is equal to new TC off. So if I want to call this method, just no need to worry. There should be a reference over here by using the reference dot the test. Okay. And see, one thing I would like to tell you, test already we have seen this inside an abstract class. So I want to remove this one. CT dot. So what the things are shown? Because this class has been this one, the previous this one CT, I mean TC. This class implements the properties of this interface. But see this over here, only the abstract method and the sun default methods are shown, but the moon doesn't. Think got my point what I'm saying? Only these two methods are we are seeing it, but this moon method is not shown over here. So just to show you, just I want to print this first of all. Sun. So if I mention a moon, see like this, throws an error. No need to worry. Just a second. See how easy it is. There is no need to create any object for that. So these are the normal things. These two things are. This is for abstract method implementation, and this is like a default method. We can call upon directly. It is like the simple thing. There is no need to take this one directly by using the reference of an interface. By using a dot operator, you can call this one. This is all about the static. Because this is static, that's why we can call that, or else it is not possible. See this one. One is an abstract, this one has been done, and now the default we can call by using only by the object. So here, in the sense of a static method inside an interface, directly by using the name of the interface, we can call directly the moon method. This is all about the interfaces. Okay, abstractions and interfaces has been done. So make sure that go to the textbook what I shared with you. And I think today itself, we just covered a lot, I think. Let me show you one thing. Just a second. Sure. Okay. So abstract classes and interfaces has been done. So the packages in Java and util package. So we are going to discuss this tomorrow's session. After this, we are going to discuss these three topics. Okay. You may leave the class. Thank you.